how to complete the For the Children achievement during the Children's Week holiday in World of Warcraft. This achievement counts towards getting the Violet Proto Drake Mount from What a Long Strange Trip It's Been, and you'll also get the title Matron for female characters and Patron for male characters. This achievement is pretty quick and easy as it only has 5 criteria, and they all involve you getting an orphan to take around with you and do some fun stuff with them. It used to be a bit harder to do a few years ago when they had the School of Hard Knocks achievement that involved taking your orphan into battlegrounds and doing a few certain things that were pretty hard to do, but they removed that one now, so it's a lot easier. The first thing we're going to have to do is pick up an orphan from a matron. There's a few places we can do that. For example, even Shatrath and Dalaran has orphans you can get, but to keep it simple for the video, we'll just stick with Orgrimmar and Stormwind. For the Horde, you'll come to the Drag in Orgrimmar to talk to the NPC Matron Battle Whale. And for the Alliance, you'll come to the Cathedral Square in Stormwind to talk to the NPC Matron Nightingale. You'll get a whistle to summon your orphan, so once you have that, we can get started. And by the way, I'm going to be listing these achievements in such a way where we're knocking out a few things at once in a route that I find most efficient. So just trust the process or feel free to do them in whatever order you like. But for example, you'll see when you first summon your orphan, they offer you some quests, which are a part of one of the achievements, but for my video, I'm personally going to save that for the very last one we do. Now let's actually get into it. The first achievement we're going to do is Bad Example. Eat the sweets listed below while your orphan is watching. Since we're starting in Stormwind or Orgrimmar, the first sweet treat we can get is Tigul's strawberry ice cream from a vendor right in the city that's only around during Children's Week. The vendor is located here in Stormwind for the Alliance, and here in Orgrimmar for the Horde. Once you've bought your strawberry ice cream, next head to the auction house to buy 2 more sweets that are made by the cooking profession, so it's just easier to buy them if we can. The first one we need is Tasty Cupcake, which there should be plenty of, so just grab one. But we also need a delicious chocolate cake, and that one tends to be a lot more rare. If it's there, definitely buy one. If not, your best bet is to ask in trade chat to see if there's anyone with the cooking profession who already has the recipe. I'd recommend buying all the materials yourself so you can just trade them to the cook. So I'll have all the ingredients listed on the screen. If you're lazy, you can just buy everything straight from the auction house, but if you want to save some gold, you can also grab most of the ingredients from vendors. The simple flour and mild spices you can get from the cooking vendor, ice cold milk you can get from innkeepers, and the flask of Stormwind tawny you can get from a wine vendor. And then just grab the mage royal and small eggs from the auction house. Once I had all the mats, I ended up offering a 3,000 gold tip to get mine crafted, and I got like 2 whispers right away, so it's definitely doable. And while we're on the topic of the delicious chocolate cake, if you do have the cooking profession and are wondering how to get the recipe yourself, it's basically a really rare drop from doing the cooking dailies in Shatrath and Northrend Dalaran. You can pick up the dailies from the rock in Shatrath located here, and when you finish that up, there's a small chance for the recipe to drop from either of the reward bags he gives. You can also do the daily from Catherine Lee in Northrend Dalaran located here, and the recipe has a chance to drop from the small spice bag reward. So you can try to farm the recipe yourself, but just know that it could take weeks or even months since it's a less than 2% chance to drop. But it could be worth it to do because this time of year, if you make those delicious chocolate cakes and post them on the auction house, you'll make a lot of money. Next, we're going to head to the portal room and take the portal to Dalaran Crystal Song Forest, and then come to this location to find the NPC Amy. From her, you're going to want to buy the following 4 items: 1 red velvet cupcake, 1 lovely cake, 1 Dalaran donut, and 1 Dalaran brownie. And now we've got all 7 of the treats we need for the achievement, so make sure your orphan is summoned with your whistle and go ahead and eat all of them. And for the lovely cake, we actually need to eat a slice, so place the whole cake down on the ground and grab up all the slices and eat 1. The others you can sell on the auction house later if you want, because there's a good chance they'll sell during the holidays, so you may as well make a bit of gold. Anyways, I am so sorry about that achievement taking so long to explain, but I promise all the next ones we're going to fly through really quickly, and we are moving on to the next one now called Hail to the King Baby. This one just wants us to kill King Yimmeron in Utgard Pinnacle with our orphan out. So since we're already in Northrend Dalaran, let's fly over to Howling Fjord. You'll find the entrance to Utgard Pinnacle right here, and you may as well set the dungeon difficulty to heroic so we have a chance at a mount. When you head inside, you can skip the first 2 bosses, just run to Scotty the Ruthless who has a chance at that blue Proto Drake Mount, then head to the last boss, King Yimaron. Make sure to double check your orphans out with your whistle, then kill him for this achievement. The next achievement we'll do is Home Alone. Use your Hearthstone while your orphan is with you. So since we're done in this dungeon, now is the perfect time to hearth. Again, just make sure your orphan is out, then go ahead and hearth for this super easy achievement. Next up, we'll do Daily Chores. This one wants you to complete 5 daily quests with your orphan out. So you can do any daily quests you want, but for the sake of the video to keep it simple and fast, the easiest ones are the Tol Barad dailies. You can find the portal to Tol Barad here in Orgrimmar or here in Stormwind. When you get there, if you can't see any of the daily quests, turn on your low-level quest tracking here. And I just picked up all the daily quests because I've never actually done these dailies before filming this, so we'll just see how it goes. They all seem to be pretty simple, like just kill stuff or gather things, so just choose whichever 5 you feel like doing. And by the way, you don't have to have your orphan out during the questing. I mean, you can if you want to, but it's really only once you're turning in the quests you need to have your orphan out. So when you're done with your 5 quests, head back to the quest hub, make sure your orphan's summoned, then turn in your 5 dailies for this achievement. And finally, our last achievement is Aw, Isn't It Cute? This one wants us to basically just complete all the quests from our orphan. It's just a little questline thing that will take you maybe 15 to 20 minutes or so. The quests you'll end up doing with your orphan will vary a bit depending on if you're doing them on the Alliance side or Horde side. So I'll just give you kind of a quick summary of each one. For the Alliance, you'll visit the Stormwind Embassy with your orphan, go to Westfall to take them on a chopper ride, then you'll go to Ironforge into this chamber beneath the throne room, and once you turn those first 3 in, your orphan will then give you 2 more quests, and those will both be back in Stormwind. One is to go get some ice cream from a place called Cone of Cold and click it to share it with your orphan, and yes, this is a different kind of ice cream than the one that we got earlier in the video. And the other quest is to find this traveling toy vendor to buy a kite to fly with your orphan. After you turn those 2 in, you'll get the final quest to buy a foam sword rack from that same traveling toy vendor, and this is the final quest where we turn it in back at the orphanage, and you'll get to pick one of these 4 pets to get the achievement, so make sure you pick one of the 4 pets, not any of the other rewards. Then for the Horde, it's super similar, just Horde themed. We'll visit the Horde Embassy, ride the Rocket Way in Ashara, visit the Red Rocks in Mulgore, then back to Orgrimmar to buy ice cream from Cone of Cold, and we'll go to the toy vendor to buy a kite, and finally we'll finish off with that foam sword toy rack thing, and we'll turn it in and pick a pet reward to get the achievement. So in summary, this is basically just doing 6 quests with your orphan, and at the end you just pick a pet. And that is everything for the For the Children achievement during the Children's Week holiday in World of Warcraft. I hope you found it helpful, and I'll see you guys for the next and final achievement of this What a Long Strange Trip It's Been playlist. I can't believe we're almost done. It'll be for the Midsummer Fire Festival to do the achievement, the Flame Warden / Keeper.